There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the ImagineEars Disney podcast. I am your host, Matt, and I am joined, as always, by my good friend and co-host, Susie. Hello, Susie.
Hello, Matt.
How are we?
Good. How are we? We.
Did I say how are we, or did I say how are you?
How we?
It's been what, my brain is
Listen,
fried.
listen. No, you're more than excused. I have not had a great couple of days, so
Yeah,
we're
you've
all
been a
allowed
little
to.
under the weather.
I was a lot of under
Look,
something.
when you're sending SOSs via Twitter at like 3 o'clock in the morning for ginger ale, something is going on, and uh, we have another special guest, as always. Come here.
EVK.
EVK is back. She's going night night.
Hi.
Hi.
I go to bed.
Oh, okay. Good night.
All right. Say bye. All right. Go see Mama. Love you.
That's so cute.
Okay. There we go. Well, all right. Now she's. Bye bye. Come on. Come on. Come here. Never a dull moment live. Bye bye. Night night. Okay.
Okay.
Evie, go. All right. Now we're back on track. Hello, everybody.
Were we? We were talking about my stomach bug, so I
Yes.
don't feel like we ever got on track.
No, we kind of started off. So anyway. All
Anyway,
right.
here we are.
Here we are. Another episode 179. Susie.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, yeah, we have a couple of weeks, a couple of months until we reach 200, but we're gonna have to do something big for 200. We did something big for 100.
Yep, and our 4-year anniversary is on the 15th of this month. So that's coming up here pretty quick. We've had a couple of important milestones over the past couple of days, few days. So last week we hit our 200,000th download of the podcast. So thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Yay.
Look, I've said it before, like we don't do this for the numbers, but it's great to look and just see exactly where people are downloading, like literally all over the world.
Yeah, when we look at that map by country, it is insane. Seeing some of these countries, and it's like, wow, like we're kind of like the little bit of Disney that we get to bring to some of these places, and that's like a heavy burden.
Yeah, for sure. And so we know, like, we are not the biggest Disney podcast, and that's fine. That is fine. That is not our goal. I mean, it would be cool, but that is not why we do
If you'd like to sponsor us, please send inquiries to.
Also, yesterday, we had our first 1,000 plus download day of the podcast. So over 1,000 episodes were downloaded yesterday, which is pretty cool. So thank you guys.
Yeah, that we've gotten so close to that milestone before, and we've had some really great months in the past, but like just in a single day, we haven't crossed that threshold before. So it's our biggest day. I don't know what's going on, but thanks, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And, while we're just kind of talking about it, our podcast locations, we're just going to throw that up here real quick. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast and you would like to, all you have to do is search for the ImagineEars Disney podcast. And that's the word imagine and then the word ears, like what's attached to your head. So ImagineEars Disney podcast. And then you can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, wherever you like to listen to your daily podcast. You can find us by just searching for us. So subscribe, and then you'll get access to, of course, all new episodes, but our entire back catalog of all of our episodes too. So obviously some of them are a little dated. I was looking back and just seeing all the things that aren't relevant anymore, but I think that's a good thing. Like change is okay.
We've been around for a lot of different phases of Disney World at this point. A lot of stuff way pre-pandemic, and then we did a lot of Galaxy's Edge
Right.
stuff when all of that opened, and then pandemic we got really creative with a couple of different things that we were doing, and that's, I feel like, where we found a lot of our friends who are watching and listening and commenting tonight. So
Yeah, so many
woohoo.
people commenting. Thank you guys for the encouragement. Swansea said 200,000. Woo! Shane said congratulations. Swansea also said we appreciate you in the country of New Hampshire. And Karina, our good friend Karina, says you guys are crushing it. And Jonathan Walker, well, you started your podcast on my birthday, so of course it was destined to be successful. So, yes. So, at least there was one good thing to come out of April 15th. So,
Right.
but anyway, well, before we get into tonight's topic, there are a couple of noteworthy news items that have come out in the past week. First one we want to discuss real quick is after over 2 years, guys. Like, it's over 2 years now, and just a little while longer to wait. But the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review is, in fact, returning to Fort Wilderness Campground.
Oh my gosh.
In June 23rd is going to be the first show. So on May 26th. So if you have never been to that show, it is an absolute must. It's one of my personal favorites. Susie, have you gone? I can't remember. You have not done it, right?
No, I've done it.
Oh, you've done it. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. It
it's
has like
been a
ribs and
while,
chicken, so I wasn't sure if you.
Oh no, this was pre-vegetarian, Susie.
Although
My dad was there, and he got the vegetarian option. Mhm.
and I have heard the vegetarian option is actually quite good.
It was. He let us have some.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, think about it. Fort Wilderness has had like 1.5 restaurants open, and I say half because there's a little takeout at Trails End, and Trails End is scaled back. Like, Fort Wilderness, needs more dining options, and bringing Hoop-Dee-Doo back, of course, not just for dining, but for the show and the great cast. It's really like a culture that that whole area was missing.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be great to see it back. I'm friends with one of the performers, and I'm just super happy for him and all of the performers that are able to have their jobs back and start performing again. It is literally one of the greatest shows ever. I wouldn't say it's for everybody. There are some crowd elements. So if you're a little introverted, maybe not, but everyone else, you're good. It's still a lot of fun. We talked a little last week. I'm kind of like in the middle of introvert, extrovert. I'm like
Ambivert.
Yeah. So, but I enjoy the show. It's a lot of fun, and the food's good too. So yeah, and there's actually some comments about a couple of the other news stories. So yes, All Star Sports is also reopened as well. Just so you all know, if you are looking at booking a trip to Disney World and you want to stay at All Star Sports, All Star Sports is now the only All Star that is not remodeled. So that means it still has the 2 double beds. They are not queens. And they also have the carpet. Like,
What have they been doing for 2 years?
So I don't know why, but they did not continue on construction during the pandemic on this resort. So if you are looking for an updated room, stay at Movies, All Star Movies, or All Star Music. Sports has not been renovated. Hopefully they do that soon. It's time to move on from the carpet. The carpet is just disgusting. Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Disney Plus discounts rolled out today for people going to Disney World from July. Oh, I had it up here. and I closed my Facebook tab.
Oh, it's July something through September something.
Yep, I posted an ad for it on my travel page and my personal page today. July 8th through September 30th are the dates that those are good for at select resorts. Inventory is limited, so if you want to take advantage of that, if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, you can contact us. Our email is imagineerspodcast@gmail.com. And where is my graphic for that? Oh, there it is. Oop. ImagineEarsPodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what dates you want to travel, if you want to look at the availability and the pricing for the dates that you are wanting to go, and we can see if we can apply that discount for you. Again, that is going to be limited, so it's not going to last forever. So the sooner you decide that you want to take that trip, the better, and then we can look at that and see if those dates are available. Okay, and then last but not least, and I think this is probably the news we've been waiting for the most anticipated news across the board, and that is, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coming to Epcot May 27th.
Finally.
So I don't even remember when this began construction, but it's been a while.
Not as long as Tron, but
not
it
as long
has
as Tron,
been,
but
it has
still,
been a while.
Still a while, but Disney released a promo video for that, and we actually have that for you. So here it is.
An SOS from Novaport!
Everything is disappearing!
Our outpost on Earth, Epcot, is in danger!
Hey, Quill, this thing is so broken.
Help the galaxy! Before...
Quill, you seeing this? Quill! Well, you heard the lady. Get to Epcot. It's Save the Galaxy time. Again.
All right, there it is, May 27th. I think that this coaster is going to appeal more to a broader audience than I think we think. I don't think it's going to be like super thrill. I'm fairly confident I don't think there are any loops.
No.
But I know that there is a launch. So, and I think I've heard that it launches backwards and then it spins, because the whole idea of the coaster car itself is that it can pivot and move on the track. And much so, think of like the Haunted Mansion. So when you ride the Haunted Mansion, you're not facing front forward the entire time. You move towards the show scene that you were supposed to be looking at. And I think that is what we are going to get on this ride, probably with a lot of screen elements. So should be.
It's going to be cool. Yeah, I mean, this is the first like major thing to check off. I mean, after, the creation shop from Mouse Gear, but like Epcot has been a hot mess for a while. And so I'm so glad to see a big thing finally getting done. We've got some walkways opening up around Future World. And so hopefully things start moving along a little more quickly now that everything is back open. And yeah, I'm excited for this, but I'm a little nervous by something in that promo. If you guys were listening carefully. Not Bradley Cooper. And
it was not Bradley Cooper. I believe it was the voice actor who did the video game.
Still, like, how long have we been waiting on this attraction? You couldn't get the dude to record like 2 lines. And we know they're in the attraction, the actual characters.
I think hopefully we will have the actual voice actors for the ride elements and the pre-show elements.
Yeah.
Crossing my fingers for that. So.
I mean, they did the Mission Breakout over in Disneyland, so I don't know why, we wouldn't get them.
Right. The Mission Breakout is such a great ride, Susie. When you go to Disneyland, you should absolutely do it. There is no danger whatsoever.
Okay. Shut up.
Speaking of riding things, Karina wants to know: will you ride
I
Guardians of
will
the
ride.
Galaxy?
I will ride. These are the things I don't enjoy. I cannot go upside down anymore. I just can't. My body just is like, no. And then I have always had a fear of heights. So I don't like the idea of like a free fall. So I used to go upside down, but now I can't. Like it just messes up my like balance. But I'll ride this. I'll be fine. Tron, I'm still praying about.
All right, so we just need to create a pact for the pass holder previews. So
Okay.
we're just gonna whoever can get it first gets us both, right?
Well, but here's the thing. I'm going June 10th to Epcot. So if I don't get a pass holder preview, it's not breaking my heart because I'm going like 2 weeks after it opens anyway. But I'll try. I'll try for you.
But do you want to wait in that line because you know it's going to be bad?
No, they're gonna have to do a virtual queue.
Do you want to risk that?
Me, the person who has never missed out on getting in a virtual queue, I have a perfect score, Matt.
Streaks are meant to be broken.
Not this one.
Okay.
I'm really
Well,
good with
if we get a pass holder preview reservation,
we'll
we should
go.
100% do it. So
Yeah. I'm also
We'll do
counting
it.
the days because I'm going on a solo trip. I'm going to try to get into Space 220 finally.
ooh,
Mm.
have that vegetarian dish that I
I know.
I
I'm
got.
so excited.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. You know what else is pretty good? Magic Kingdom, Susie.
Oh, what a transition.
What a transition. Yes, so this week is episode 1 of our 4-part series
Mhm.
on the magic of Disney. Like what makes each park great in its own way. So we felt like we needed to start with Magic Kingdom, and just kind of, and I really actually didn't even do a lot of prep for this because I don't think we need a whole lot of prep on this. We've been going
No.
to this park for our entire lives, and I think
Right.
we know the ins and outs and what we enjoy, and what
Mhm.
we enjoy maybe other people don't enjoy, but uh yeah,
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna kick it off this time, and just
Yeah.
because of the statement that I just made, I think that one of the things that makes Magic Kingdom great is there's something for everyone.
Mhm.
Whether you're a toddler, whether you're an adult, there is something literally for the entire family, more so than I think any other park. There are
Right.
things, the same things can apply to the Epcot and Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, but especially Magic Kingdom. There, I think, is just a broader list of options that are family friendly, that can appeal to different age groups.
Mhm.
You have your thrill rides, and the thrill rides aren't, I mean, they're not like universal thrill rides, but they're still a lot of fun. Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, um, and then you have rides that everyone can ride. Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mhm.
It's a Small World, um, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, the People Mover.
Love the people
So
mover.
so yeah, I think that's one of the big things that I love about Magic Kingdom is just the accessibility and options available for every member of the family.
Mhm. I would say the same thing, but I would word it. I mean, this kind of falls into that, but my big picture thing that I love about Magic Kingdom is you can see the different like phases and stages of theme park technology and Disney history over the years. It's kind of like when you see pictures of like Europe and there's like a castle next to like a high rise, not really. But you can see like their history is right there next to this brand new thing that they built. Like they honor what has been there and where they came from, but also understanding that innovation has to keep moving forward. And I think Magic Kingdom out of all of the parks um shows that the most. So, you've got opening day attractions that are still there. And yeah, some of the, not every nut and bolt is 50 years old, and not every character animatronic is 50 years old. Some things have needed to be updated for technology, for storytelling purposes. But then you have like Tron, which, we joke has taken half of Magic Kingdom's life to open. Next to, just a stone's throw away from the Carousel of Progress. I freaking love the Carousel of Progress, but we can admit that this is the dichotomy of Disney, right? So you've got things that are 50 years old, 20 years old, 5 years old, yet to be open. And everything feels good. It's that balance of like nostalgia, but also something new every time you do it. Because even every ride experience, if you've ridden it before, and every show experience, like the bears aren't real, but there's something different every time you do it, whether it's the people you're with or the audience you're with. Something happens to make that experience different. So that's my big thing of why I love Magic Kingdom, is it just kind of feels like a hodgepodge of everything Disney World over the last 50 years, but it all like blends together at the same time really well.
It's really interesting to do attractions in the park, and especially attractions that are opening day attractions, and they still hold up. So I think the most modern ride in the park is Seven Dwarfs, right? Yes. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. There's some newer technology in that. Not too much. It's pretty basic, but the projection mapping faces, I think, is probably the big thing in that. But then going all the way back over to like the Haunted Mansion, and just the use of Pepper's Ghost. I mean, the ballroom scene, maybe one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic scene in that ride. And it works. And it's technology. It's technology that is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
But it still works. And it's so effective.
Right.
And just being able to have that, just the broadness of space and time between 50 years for Haunted Mansion, and then just a few years, less than a decade for Seven Dwarfs, and then everything in between. Like everything holds up for the most part.
Yeah. For the most part, but I see people who I had a coworker a few years ago who was like, at some point they need to start taking like all these old things out of Disney, and like maybe they make it like a separate park where it's like nostalgic. And I was like, no, for so many reasons, because it's not a museum. And the old things, by the way, if you can't appreciate, and this is going to be, someone commented earlier that I sound like I'm 50. Yeah, Steve, when I was talking about how I can't go upside down anymore. But I'm going to sound very old. Like, if you can't appreciate something in its simplicity, you know what I mean? Like you're spoiled. Like, we've lost that like little, I'm going to say this, like the spark of like imagination, that little bit of like magic is gone. Like people who want to complain about, I'll use it as an example again, Carousel of Progress. Like, I get it. It needs some TLC, but at the same time, like what makes it so special is that it's kind of still how it's been for a very long time. I remember the first time we went to Disney World, there's not a ton of things I remember, but I remember my dad making a joke about, he'd been coming down for however many years it had been. And the prisoners in Pirates of the Caribbean were still trying to get the key from the dog. And so every time I see that, I think of my dad. And that's just like a really special thing that generationally, like we all get to experience, and we love for different reasons over time.
And again, like that scene, it's so iconic. Like that, I think probably there are a lot of scenes in that ride, I think, that have a lot of history to them, and just in their scope. I think that ride in general, in scope and scale of scene, is what is probably the most impressive thing about it. Like the burning city,
Yeah.
it's humongous. There's so many layers of things
Mhm.
taking place with animatronics and sets, and then the fire, and uh, it's just a very deep scene visually to
Mhm.
take in. Same thing with the auction scene. The auction scene has obviously been changed. Uh, Again, times change, rides change, and we kind of go along with it. So
Mhm.
we are along
Well,
for
look
for
at
the ride.
Splash Mountain.
Yep.
Like that's a iconic thing, and everyone has, everyone loves the ride itself, and it just we did a whole episode on it. There were things about it that needed to change. And that's a good balance of the bones are still there, that really iconic, structure and ride. But now we're retheming it for the future, for something that just fits the vision of Disney now and families now much better. And that's
I
what
agree.
Magic Kingdom is.
No, the question is, when will we get that ride? We do not know.
Who knows,
So
honestly.
we'll see.
No way of knowing. What else is iconic about Magic Kingdom? Maybe some food.
Okay, let's talk about food for a second.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, first, there's a lot of special things that have been added with the 50th, so I feel like the menus right now are like a little bit, skewed like that. I will say this: out of the four parks, Magic Kingdom probably isn't the best for table service dining.
Yes, yes. I think for table service dining, not so much, but for
But quick
snacks,
service and snacks, it's great. So again, I'm a vegetarian. Over the years, menus have changed, which is great, but there's still those iconic staples. I'm never going to eat it. I've never eaten it. I don't know why people want to walk around in 115-degree weather heat with a leg of a
chili dog.
turkey. Well, that too, that's disgusting. But
Oh,
it's a staple in freaking Frontierland to walk around holding a turkey leg. It's
I hate turkey
iconic
legs.
to think. I'm so glad you do, by the way,
Uh-uh,
that we can
can't do
agree
it.
on that one.
Swansea beat me to the punch. The egg rolls, the
Yeah.
cheeseburger egg rolls. And so they moved the cart for the egg rolls. It's been a while since they've moved it, but this is a better location for it, in my opinion. So it used to be over next to the Jungle Cruise, but
Mhm.
they actually moved it to the outside entrance closest to the hub
Yeah.
for Adventureland
And the line goes all the way to the hub sometimes
sometimes.
because it's iconic. Dole Whip, we could do an entire episode, I feel like, about Dole Whip. Like, that's just iconic. Churros,
Mhm.
pretzels, popcorn on Main Street. Like, that's just, it's not my thing, but the smell and like everything that comes with it, like Magic Kingdom is just where I want to get all the little fattening snacks the most.
Once you have a Disneyland churro, there are no other
Okay.
churros.
I'm
I
speaking general. I'm trying to be nice. If I'm going to eat that kind of calories, it's not going to be in a churro. But I understand the like churro.
I kid you not. I kid you not. I had a churro in Disneyland in 2018. I have not had a Walt Disney World churro since then.
Did you frequent the churro cart before that?
I mean, not a whole lot, but occasionally.
Okay.
Like it's just I don't know.
It's what you do though, right?
Right.
It's just one of those things in
They make
Magic
them
Kingdom.
different over there. I don't know what it is.
Oh, and the confectionery. Oh gosh, all the smells. Like I can feel it right
Yep.
now.
All the smells. And have you been to the new popcorn thing in the confectionery?
No, I have not. What is this? Do you get to like build your own
So
toppings on a
yeah.
popcorn?
So they
Okay.
removed chapeau hats,
Okay.
and
It's fine.
yeah, they moved the hats to a different location, and they've replaced it with like a build your own popcorn thing. So it's pretty cool. I
Okay.
haven't done it yet, but seen people floating around with them.
I may
And
do that when I go in
there are
June.
some pretty messy concoctions that you can come up with. So
Would be mine.
because you
You know
can
that
drizzle like chocolate and stuff on it.
it's like that episode of The Office where for Pretzel Day where they get like everything on the pretzel and it's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh." Oh gosh, that's what I would do with my popcorn. I have no self-control.
Yeah. Anything else for food? So we talked about Dole Whip, popcorn. Is there any other staple things that you like?
I've really gotten into I mean it's not like a staple, but like LeFou's brew is like really good to me
Okay.
for some
Okay.
reason. I don't know why. It's just disgustingly sweet. But again, that's like, you know, there's stuff like that all over the parks. Like that's not super special to Magic Kingdom, but yeah, that's something that I've gotten those a lot more recently than I would expect.
I've started getting into the cream cheese stuffed pretzels in Tomorrowland.
I saw that
over
on
at
TikTok.
Yes, over in Tomorrowland at Lunching Pad. That's where
Okay.
you can get those. It's one of their locations. You can get them. They're pretty good.
I'm gonna have to
Pretty
give that one a whirl.
It's not a Dole Whip, but if you're looking for kind of a sweet, savory snack,
Something.
it's a good option.
Yeah, because I mean, Tomorrowland isn't like well known for having the greatest food options. Sorry, Cosmic Rays, just in general, like that's
Ugh.
not the corner of the park I'm going to for food, I'll be honest.
No, so when we talk about what we love about Magic Kingdom, Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe is not going to be one of the reasons why we love Magic Kingdom, unless we're talking about Sunny Eclipse and the Space Angels.
He is a treasure for
He
sure.
is a treasure.
But I feel like he needs to get a better gig somewhere else. I remember at one point, this was, I mean, probably more than 10 years ago, one of the cast members told us that that was the second busiest restaurant in the entire world, and the number one
What?
was like a McDonald's in like Hong Kong or something like that, you know, where there's a huge city hub
Yeah.
and a large amount of people. And like I get it because they move people and they move food in and out of that restaurant so quickly. But that's that's unfortunately not on our things that we love list.
Yeah, Cosmic Rays is like the stereotypical when people think about Disney and like just not great food like hamburgers and stuff, like that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. I think the best quick service is Columbia Harbor House. But that's just me.
Columbia Harbor House is good. I also love Pecos Bill.
Yep, the
If they
Tex-Mex.
bring
Yep.
if they bring the spicy cauliflower tacos back, I will be a happy woman. That's all I ask.
Yep.
That's all I ask for in life.
Raylan was watching and she said, let's just be honest, Dole Whip is the king of Disney snacks, pretty much. I agree.
It really is. And all the special ones they have for the 50th
Oh, man.
celebration.
The mango one is so good. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I like the raspberry one too. So like, I like the pineapple vanilla swirl, but like some of the newer ones that they've done recently have been really good. The Peter Pan one that they had for a while, the lime Dole Whip, that was great as well.
The Lion King one a couple years ago was really good too.
So they still have that over in Animal
they
Kingdom.
still do? Oh.
Yep.
Okay,
I had
really
it
good.
a few weeks ago. It was pretty good. But yeah, I think that's food. So a big thing for me, and I think it is there's entertainment options in all the parks. But I
Yeah.
think Magic Kingdom has the most iconic of all of them. And this goes for obviously parades, I think stage shows, animatronic bear shows, singing quartets. But I mean,
Yes.
Dapper Dance.
Mm.
I don't know if there's another group in Disney World that is as loved in the parks as they are. I love Citizens of Hollywood over at Hollywood Studios. We'll talk about them on another episode. But Dapper Dans, I mean, you're in Magic Kingdom when you go underneath the train station and you catch the Dapper Dans on the trolley as they go by and are singing. So,
There's just something so special about that. Yeah, Magic Kingdom definitely has, I think everything we're saying tonight is iconic, but they really do have the most iconic parades, nighttime shows, random, appearances like
sometimes,
the Dapper Dans.
so the barber shop isn't back open yet in Magic Kingdom, but sometimes they'll actually walk in there. I've seen it happen where they'll walk in and then they'll sing to the person getting their hair cut.
They sang to my mom one time on the trolley. It was her birthday. I got
Yeah.
that on video. That was really cool. It's little things like that. Disney obviously across the board does really well, but
And
You just
they are entertainers.
feel it.
Like
Yeah.
they are not just great singers, but they are entertainers. They're quick-witted. They are
Mhm.
very good at improv.
Oh, their chemistry is amazing.
Chemistry is amazing. So one of my favorite moments ever with the Dapper Dans was actually at our past retreat. And
Oh.
so imagine 350 of us trying to gather in the hub to take a photo, and we're
Yeah.
all wearing the same shirt. And the Dapper Dans are coming by on the trolley, and one of them yells out, "Hey guys, I think there's a sale on t-shirts." So it's little things like that just it makes me
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah.
They're great.
They
Dapper
are great.
Dans, Festival Fantasy Parade is back. I think the Magic Kingdom Parade is a staple,
Mhm.
and I want the nighttime parade back as quickly as possible. Hopefully one day. But I think the parade entertainment is fantastic. The shows, Country Bear Jamboree, again, it's been around for 50 years, but there's just something about it.
There's a reason. Yeah.
There's just something about it. But yeah.
Then let's talk about the landmark itself, what makes the thing everyone wants to see when they get into Magic Kingdom, the castle. There's a video that went viral on TikTok and then everyone had to like comment about it. And then everyone had to be like, why are your comments so mean? It's this woman. She's a grown adult. She is in her 30s, probably. She rounds the corner. And for the first time, she gets to see down Main Street and see the castle in person. And did she ham it up a little bit because it's being recorded? I don't know. But she cries and she's an adult. I've seen that castle hundreds of times. And it's still just so special. And is it the castle itself? And this is going to be like super like emotional. I mean, maybe because, we all grow up with seeing the castle on the like little intro for Disney movies and everything Disney does. It's on merchandise and it's in movies, but like it's when you see it, like it takes you back to every other moment that you've seen it before. And it never loses like its magic. There is just something that has this comforting staying power about that building. I don't know how to describe it, but it just makes me smile. It just brings back every single memory of the castle at the same time. I'm sorry. It's so special.
Yeah. So people watching is one of my favorite pastimes,
Oh gosh,
especially in
yeah.
Disney World. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to just walk in Magic Kingdom and just observe people as they're,
Yeah.
Walking and proposing to each other.
You all, yay! You turn around like, oh, that's what's going on.
And the group of 16 teenagers from Brazil bawling their eyes out at Happily Ever After. It's and I think that's what makes Magic Kingdom special. It's a place where memories are made, great memories, and then it quickly fades as you exit the park and get on the ferry and deal with the crowd. No, just kidding. The monorail, I think, makes Magic Kingdom iconic as well. Even though
That
it's not
whole
in the park.
entrance that's building up to everything you're about to experience. Yeah, and you're just anticipating what the day is going to bring.
Yep. Yep. The monorail and the ferry, I think, it's a perfect kind of it's like the drum roll. It's the drum roll before the big reveal, and I just
Well,
hit my
your turn.
mic.
I do
Yeah.
it all the time.
Anyway, let's see here. Dusty asked a question a second ago. What is the best place to get the special Dole Whips? So, Sunshine Tree Terrace has and the orange float is back. The orange swirl is back. But then why did I just forget the name?
Aloha Isle.
Is it Aloha Isle?
Mhm.
Yes. Sorry, I'm
Over
thinking
in the
I'm thinking of the
corner.
one at the Polynesian, which is oh well, I can't remember. I always get those confused with the names. But yes, Aloha
yeah,
Isle.
it's at the exit of
Tiki Room.
Tiki Room behind Enchanted Carpet Ride or whatever that monstrosity is.
Aladdin's Magic
I
Carpet.
don't like it.
But yeah, that's where you can get all the special stuff. And when you are in the park, you can go in the app. You can go in the app right now and probably look at the menu just to see what exactly where they have. And and that's a great thing too about the app is if you have a question about what is on a menu, you can go in the app, select the location within the app itself, and pull up that restaurant, quick service, snack locations menu and see exactly what they are selling. So, but yes, there are lots of 50th anniversary Dole Whip options there. So, Pineapple and I, thank you, Swansea. Appreciate that. Over at the Polynesian, one of my favorite places. So, but we love the Polynesian. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And if you're having a Magic Kingdom day and need a little break, go over to the Polynesian for a little bit, get in the air conditioning,
Yes.
escape the crowds, hop back on the monorail, head back in. Done that many times.
Yeah, that's maybe another great thing about the Magic Kingdom is how easy it is to leave during the day. and then of course come back, of course. But
yes, but it can also be difficult to leave if you are driving because you got to go to Ticket Transportation Center.
Yes.
So stay on property and take a bus or the monorail.
This is why you get that breakfast reservation over at Kona Cafe, Ohana, Chef Mickey's,
Grand Floridian Cafe,
Chef Mickey's, yes,
Chef Mickey's,
and you can park there at the beginning of the day.
Wow, it'd be great if you had like a travel agent working with you to help you with all these things.
Yes. Shameless plug. So, let's see here. Swansea says they're gross. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not sure what he's referring to. I'm sure he'll comment here in a second. Oh, yes. I think this will be a good thing to end it on. Steve brought up a good point. Magic Kingdom is also home to the holiday parties. So the Very Merry Christmas party and the Not So Scary Halloween party. There are some after hours events in the other parks, at least there were before the pandemic. Hopefully, I'm sure those will return.
Yeah.
Because money. But speaking of money, the Halloween party and the Christmas parties are all big money makers, but they're such a great time. I think Halloween is still my favorite.
Mine too.
But both of them are amazing. So definitely consider doing one of those on your next trip in the fall. If you were coming down to Disney World, we can help you get those tickets as well when you book vacations with us. But yeah, dressing up with Halloween costumes for Halloween, going trick-or-treating. And we've done episodes on both of these parties, but if you have kids and the ability to trick-or-treat safely, it's just a nice option to have And I think that's what kind of sets the Halloween party apart from the Christmas. And again, the Christmas party is still fun, but having the trick or treat option for the kids to do safely is a big draw. And
I think you get more of your money's worth at the
right.
Halloween because of that.
And the allergy friendly candy as well. So it's literally for kids of all ages and all dietary restrictions. So like if you have peanut allergies or really any type of allergy, they have allergy friendly candy that they give out to the kids, and it's labeled like the teal color. So it's just a nice detail that they put in so that everyone going can have a good time. So
Nice.
Steve's asks, is there one thing you feel is missing from the park?
I don't know. Specifically with Magic Kingdom. I mean, I have a smart aleck answer that just came to my mind, but I'm not going to say it.
The train?
Okay, the train. Yes, for
Okay,
sure. I
that's not bad.
missed the
But
I
we know
missed
that's
that.
coming back. We
Yeah.
know that's coming back.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that is missing from the park that we've had in the past is the night parade.
Yeah. I knew you were
I
gonna
think
say
that is the glaring missing thing. Everything else I think is pretty great. You have the daytime parade, you have the nighttime fireworks. Having that nighttime parade, I think would be a big draw. So, but other than that, well, there we go. That's what we love about Magic Kingdom.
Copper just grabbed a pillow. Hold on.
Thanks to everybody who has been chiming in here live, leaving their topics of discussion and the things that they love. Well, we love just being able to springboard off what you guys present as well. So like, we'll talk about our ideas, but again, this show is for you guys and we want to talk about what interests you. So it's really cool seeing what makes Magic Kingdom special for you guys as well as we're talking about this. So thank you to all of the people who have been watching this evening. Thank you to all the people who are listening. Again, if you have not subscribed to the podcast, you can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you like to listen to podcasts, whether at home, via your smart TV or in your car, your Apple CarPlay. You can find us by searching for the ImagineEars Disney podcast in your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. Tell us what you love about the show. And also check us out on social media as well. So if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, you can find us by searching, again, for the ImagineEars Disney podcast. We love interacting with you on those social media platforms. So leave us a message, leave us a comment, and we'll be sure to get back with you. And then, of course, our Discord channel, which you can find our link in our link tree, which is on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Discord's link is there's just a lot of characters and it's not easy to share. So we just put it in our link tree. So all you have to do is just click on it and join our server. But that is where on most Friday nights, we will have a movie night. I am going to be out of town this Friday, but Susie will be here. Maybe. Yes.
Yeah. It's just a lot of power picking the movie. So,
well, what you in the mood to watch?
I don't know.
Well, stay tuned. I'm sure Susie will make an announcement in the Discord channel what she and everyone else is going to watch as I am out of town. But I'll be back the week after. But anyway.
Oh, well, then I won't be here the week after.
Oh, then I will have all the power. Wow.
Good Friday?
Oh, no, I won't.
Yeah. I was like, your church isn't doing something, we're doing something.
That's a busy week.
Yeah.
First off, going to Atlanta to watch the Braves? No, I wish. So, anyway. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. Come check us out on social media. We look forward to coming at you next week. And just a reminder for our patrons, we will have our post show right after this, immediately following the show on YouTube. You should have received the link in your email from our Patreon account. Special thanks to you guys for supporting the podcast. Couldn't do it without you. Your contributions each month are just invaluable. It helps keep the podcast going. If you have enjoyed listening to the podcast, but you aren't a Patreon subscriber, you can do so by going to patreon.com/ImagineEars. And for as little as $2 a month, you can have access to exclusive content. We have our post shows. Anytime that we post a video on YouTube, we will post it to our patrons first, so you get first access to those videos. We have our monthly giveaways, and not just tiny giveaways, pretty cool stuff. Like we've given away a Figment popcorn bucket recently, gave away a piece of art last month. We'll have something pretty cool this month as well. I just have to go down to the parks to get something, but I'll do it before the end of the month. And we're going to be doing a new trivia night once a month. So the winner of that trivia contest will have a $25 gift card. So you'll be competing for that as well. So there are lots of benefits of being a patron of the ImagineEars Disney podcast. So if you want to support the podcast, you can do so by going to our Patreon website. Again, that's patreon.com/ImagineEars. So thank you again for everyone for tuning in live and watching. And thank you to all of our listeners on the podcast. So we appreciate all of you, and we look forward to coming at you next week with another episode. But until then, friends, remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. We're always exploring and experimenting.